Hey guys, John Pontius here with CRMD, and today I want to look at formula fields and how to use them and where you can use them to make information more readily available and to make the processes more efficient. So let's take a look first at the leads. And today we're going to start with looking at an example in leads in the Classic platform, and then we'll switch to the Lightning experience and look at an example in the opportunities for Lightning. So starting with leads, I'm going to pull up this Athena Home Products here, this lead here. Scroll down, and I'm going to look at this field of the monthly rent. This is a custom field that I added in for this example. And I'm looking at the monthly rent of $1,000, and say for some reason I needed to see how much total annual rent we collected. So what I would need to do is take that monthly rent of $1,000 and multiply it by 12. This is a very basic example, and a lot of the customers that we work with have pretty complex equations or multiple fields that they need to calculate. But for this, just to get an idea of what we're talking about, I'm just going to use this monthly rent, $1,000, multiply it by 12, and input that into a new field that I'm going to create called total annual rent. So to do that, the first thing I need to do is go into the setup. And in here, I'm going to type in leads. And you can see the leads here. I'm going to click fields. And I need to create a new field. Click new. And I want to select formula. And click next. And I'm going to label it total annual rent. And it's going to output, it's going to put my field name as currency, and I'll just leave it as the 2 decimal points. Click next. So I need to select the fields that I'm going to be working with. This one's going to be pretty simple. So I'm on the lead, so I'm going to stick with that, and that'll allow me to select these fields to choose from. So I have that monthly rent field, that's the one I created. And now I need to select an operator. So I need to multiply that by 12, 12 because there's 12 months in a year. And I am going to just type 12 in. And this is where I can check the syntax, basically make sure that everything's flowing okay. And no syntax errors, which is good. You always want to check that. Write in the description, total annual rent. And any help text, you can add that in as well. I'm just going to click next for this example. I want to make this visible on all of my different profiles for this example. Click next. And all of my record types, I want it to be add the field. And I'm going to click save. So let's go back to that lead and click here. And you can see that it added in that total annual rent, and what it's doing is multiplying it by 12 to create that 12,000. So that's our example in the Classic platform for leads, and now let's move and look at what it looks like to set up in the Lightning experience. I'm going to click up here and switch over into Lightning. And for the Lightning example, let's use the opportunities just to see something different. And I'm going to click here at Setup, click in. And from the Quick Find box, I'm going to type in Object. And I'm going to select Object Manager. So from the Object Manager, I'm going to select Opportunity, and I'm going to select Fields and Relationships. So for this, I've created 2 custom fields. I have number of used cars and number of new cars. And what I'd like to do here is create a new formula field that basically adds these two together and creates a field called total number of cars. So it'll take the number of used cars, add it to number of new cars, and put it into a field of total number of cars. Basically just a simple addition formula. I'm going to click New here. And this screen looks very similar to the Classic menu. I'm going to click Next. And for this, I'm going to select total number of cars. This is just a random example. And for this one, so it's not a currency, I'm actually going to select a number as my output. And I can use it. You know what? I'm just going to select 0 decimal points. I don't foresee a time when there'll be a fraction of a car, so we're just going to click Next. And on the opportunity, I need to select number of new cars. Insert the operator, I would select Add. Insert merge field again, number of used cars. Scroll down, check syntax. Good. Total number of cars. Looks good. And I'll click Next. I'd like to make this visible on all of the different field level securities, for different profiles, I should say, and different page layouts. I will click Save. If I wanted to create another field, I could do Save and New, but this is the only one I want to create for the time being. So from here, now I want to click up here and go to my Sales app. So this will just show me an example of what I just created. Let's go to the Opportunities tab. I'll click on this first opportunity here, and let's click over at the details. So I have these custom fields here, number of new cars 10, number of used cars 5. Those are just random numbers I put in for this example. And you can see my formula field here, total number of cars. You can see I can't edit it because what it's doing is combining these two fields here and creating a total of 15. So that's the formula field. Again, a very basic example of something you can do with it, but you can get pretty complex with it, do some pretty complicated and pretty unique custom formulas for your company. So again, something to think about. If you want to add anything into your platform, let us know. We'd love to customize some formula fields for you. Thank you very much, and thank you for watching.